Hello, everyone, and my favorite word, greetings. We're delighted to be here with you back on Channel 10 today with a good friend, and you've known him in the past as a principal of Person High School, Jerrod Dennis. Hey, my friend.
How you doing today?
But you're not the principal anymore.
No, I'm not actually.
You didn't get fired, though.
I did not.
Jerrod he's a super guy, and many of you know him. He is now in the central office here in Person County, Director of Accountability and Technology.
Yes, sir.
Get that right?
Yeah, essentially the testing for the district and the technology aspect as well.
Technology is the word, and Person County Schools is always committed to getting students ready for the changing world in which we live today and will continue to change in the future. And it's an exciting topic we're going to discuss with you today with Jerrod and tell you about, and we appreciate Jerrod being with us today again. It's good to have you back at the studio again. And this is a new laptop initiative that is getting ready to just unfold. It may be partially already unfolded to some degree. And first of all, let's just go with the basics. What is a laptop initiative? What is that?
That's a good question. I want to just say as a caveat to the whole conversation that I've spoken to people from other districts, when I go to professional development or any type of seminar, things like that, conferences.
Yeah.
And they are always amazed on how advanced Person County Schools is with their technology and blended learning and all the different things we do to really prepare students for the future. And we even had a person in administration new to the district that come from a much larger district in the state, and they said, wow, cannot believe how much technology you guys have and how well you use it. It's one thing stacking a bunch of computers in the corner, but it's how you use it and making sure that when you put it into the students' hands that it's effective and being used effectively. But
well, we knew that. We're just glad the rest of the world is finding out about Person County, right? Seriously, what does laptop initiative mean, kind of?
Well, thank you for asking. We have always had a one-to-one laptop initiative, and essentially what that is making sure that we put a device in every student's hands every day throughout the school year. And we have done so. What we're doing now is we're kind of expanding on that. See, especially the middle school and the high school, all the students have had access to laptops and other technology throughout the school day, enough that each student would have their own laptop. But now what we're doing is we're making it so that it is more available to the students, not necessarily just in each individual class, but either through the entire school day where they can access the same device at any time, or in the case of the high school where they will have access to their laptops 24/7 throughout the school year. In other words, they're going to be taking the laptops home.
Wow.
And they will always have access to blended learning, to Haiku, which we spoke about before. We use that for our blended learning solution, and all the other types of technology needed throughout the day.
Man. Now, is this just high school?
No, what we're going to do is in the middle school, we are going to actually, the students will have they're getting brand new Lenovo Chromebooks. Brand new. We're actually in the process.
Say.
Oh yeah, they're nice. They're nice.
Wow.
And we're in the process of actually getting those, actually getting them unwrapped, putting all the necessary things we need on it to issue it to the students. And so they will get their computer when they come in the morning, and then they will keep the computer with them all day long. They can access it, at appropriate times during the school day, and they'll turn it into the day. Now, the high school, they are using the laptops, which was going on their third year now. They're using the older laptops that they've had, which are still in really good shape, and they're nice Lenovo laptops as well. They're not Chromebooks, but they have the hard drive in them. And they are going to actually take those home. We're going to distribute those laptops right before school begins, and they will access them throughout the school day, of course, at appropriate times, and be able to take them home and, complete a majority of their work, a lot of their blended learning work associated with that at home as well.
This program is really necessary, isn't it?
I think it's extremely necessary. at Person County Schools, we pride ourselves on preparing students for success in a changing world. But, one thing, and I know something the superintendent's big on as well, is we need to make sure that we have technology necessary to meet the requirements of the next generation of teaching and learning.
Yeah.
And if you really go and look at post-secondary education today, look at what's going on in our community colleges, look what's going on in our colleges, and those institutions when they leave, it is a blended learning environment. And it's an environment where you need to be able to access through a computer, through the internet, the school and their learning tools, their blended learning tools, their learning management systems all the time.
Well, there are some things, of course, the students need to know about this, and then there are some things that the parents are going to need to know about this, because this is what you might say a family-school relationship.
It
here,
is. It
and
is. It's a
it's a
relationship.
commitment.
You're right, and that's the perfect way of putting it. It's a commitment that Person County Schools is putting forth through, to their students. And it's a commitment, we also need a commitment, from the parents to help us as well to make this successful. It is, it's a true commitment from both parties. And what we're doing now is we are in the middle school and the high school, we're going to have to charge a $25 technology fee
Okay.
for the year. So essentially, the student is renting a computer, a nice computer,
For
$25 for the year. Now, of course, if there's any
My
major
goodness.
damages and things like that, that's separate. But that's essentially what we're doing, and we have some stuff we can talk about in a minute, to where the parents are going to be able to come in before the school year, pay said fees. If you're in the high school, get the computer. You'll be able to sign out the computer, and we also have an option to where if the parents want, they can pay an additional $75, and we have an accident plan that will take care of major damage to the computer as well.
Wow. Well, there could be some damage to some of them. That happens, but that's pretty good investment. That in itself.
I think it's a great investment. I wish I had the option when I was in college, or a little old. We didn't really have computers like this, like when I was in college or high school. But if I were at this time, I would love to have the option to say, hey, for $25, you can rent a top-of-the-line computer and have access to it 24/7 throughout the school year.
What's the size of the computers?
The Lenovo's, it's both of them, the Chromebook and and the one at the high school. They are, I think, the 12.1 inches somewhere is the screen.
Okay.
It's the screen size, which that's a diagonal measure.
That's a good handy size.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a perfect size for being able to carry around and still have utility. When you're trying to use it.
And there are protective bags and things that you can get to ensure, hopefully, that some dings and knocks will not be quite as bad.
And that's the important thing. I'm glad you brought that up, is because to participate in the initiative, you are going to have a protective bag with you. It will really help the dings, and a lot of what we get are usually screen breakage. And screen breakage, without a bag, you really don't have to drop it far, and it's we all know with a cell phone, right? You don't have to drop it far, and it'll crack the screen.
Right.
So they will need to have approved bags, and we've put this information on school websites. And the approved bags, the big thing is just to make sure it's padded on 3 sides, and that it's made to fit the computer. And we will check those when the student actually comes to pay the fee. And we've also we have a partnership right now with Walmart, where they have a display set up in the electronics section where they are selling PCS approved bags at a really good price.
Neat. Well, we got to get to these sessions, I guess, and let's go over every one of them so that people will be clear about when and where and so forth. You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that. Well, they're coming up in a little over a month. Well, right at a month. Southern Middle School will have theirs August 18th. That's from 8 to 4. August 19th from 8 to 7:30, and August 20th from 8 to 8:30.
That's Southern Middle School.
That is Southern Middle School. Now, Northern Middle School is having theirs on August 18th as well from 8 to 4, August 19th from 8 to 4, and August 20th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
The high school is a little different. They're actually going to open up the high school the day before, the day before that week where everyone else is starting. They will have a Thursday, August the 13th session from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That will take place in the large gymnasium.
Okay.
The main gymnasium. Monday from August 17th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then that Tuesday, August 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
So it's nice that you have several choices, 3 different days in each instance, and that gives everybody an opportunity to do their work schedules, and it's important that they be there.
And it is important, and we do need the parents there because the parents need to be there to sign the appropriate documentation before we're able to issue the laptop. So we need the parents there, and we tried to be as open as we could with our times so that we can accommodate everyone's work schedule the best we can. Anyway,
I'm just astonished. Is this been a long time coming, or is it just gradually?
I think it's gradually built. I'm new to my position, but I know.
And congratulations
Well,
to
thank
you.
you.
By the
Thank you.
way,
Thank you.
I forgot to say that earlier.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But I know it's been gradually building this way. I like the way Person County Schools did it because you read different articles and some districts just jump all in all at once. A lot of things to figure out. End up wasting money and resources, and since this has been gradual, they've been building the laptops in and building toward this. I think we have a good handle. Plus, we've been able to speak with other school districts on their best practices for where they had initiatives such as this. It's really helped, be fiscally responsible with taxpayer dollars, so that we're not wasting all this money and we're putting things into place so that it can be more successful. And it's something that our school district we can really hang our hat on.
This is just so neat. I mean, I'm an old guy, I remember going to the Marigold Dairy and getting one of those long things about this long, and you took your textbook and you folded over the inside, and you closed it up.
The cover, yeah.
Now look what they get to take home.
Well, unfortunately, we don't get textbook money anymore. So now the computers become even more of a necessity. Because that's where a lot of the kids, the students' content comes. It's teacher made, or the teacher goes out and finds the content and loads it up into the learning management system, and that's how they get it all. I think someone told me the other day, and I may be wrong, but it's under $20 what they give per pupil nowadays for a textbook. I don't think I could buy a magazine for $20 these days.
Well, this has got to be exciting for the students because today's generation, they're into computers and laptops and smartphones and iPhones and Android phones and like we say, laptops. They're already. This is today's generation.
And Dave, what you're looking for is they're plugged in. That's what they are.
Perfect.
They're plugged in, and that's the way they learn, and that's the way they've learned from an early age. And it's amazing. And I try to be responsible and limit how much my kids use technology, but I have to show them technology. They're going to use technology. My youngest is going to kindergarten next year at Helena, and my kids can go onto our devices at home, say an iPad, and they can use it better than some adults I know. It's amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This is just too exciting. Okay. Let's do it one more time. Southern Middle School. Let's do it one more time.
Southern Middle School, August 18th from 8 to 4, August 19th, 8 a.m. to 7:30, and August 20th from 8 to 8:30. And we're going to be at Northern Middle School August 18th from 8 to 4, August 19th from 8 to 4, August 20th from 8 to 8. And Person High School, we have the early Thursday, August 13th from 8 to 8, Monday, August 17th from 8 to 8, and Tuesday, August 18th from 8 to 12. And again, all this information is on each school's website. I want to thank the Courier Times for publishing an article today to help get the word out. They've been really, I just can't say enough good things, really instrumental in helping us get a lot of this information out on our technology. And also, we're going to try to put it on the Facebooks. We'll have Connect ads. We're going to find every media venue we can to try to accelerate this. And I really want to thank you and the station as well for having me on and helping me to get this information.
And we'll be on our website so they can watch it anytime they want to. RadioRoxburgh.com. Jerrod Dennis, Director of Accountability and Technology, Person County Schools. It's mighty good to have you back.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Let's do it again soon. Let's do it.
Thank you so much. The Laptop Initiative sessions, we repeated it, did it once and did it again. We hope you took note of that. And if you forget, you'll be hearing more about it on the radio and Channel 10. And thank you so much. Appreciate you being here.
And thank you for your support. We appreciate it.